Hey, hey, you. I'm not hiding from you. I'm I just had this. I was just watching a quick documentary. I've got 10 minutes to myself here, and it was a NASA, fantastic NASA launch back in the 1980s. It must have been. They were sending a Mars rover up, and I was watching the launch. And I set this up here just to kind of show you what I'm thinking, right? The candle is, that's obviously the solid boosters and the rockets and all that sort of stuff, right? And this jar here of mung beans, or whatever they are, this is the payload and the astronauts in their various craft, amazing craft that seem to do wonderful things, incredible things in space. So whenever we watch the launch from Cape Canaveral or wherever, we're always enthralled by the massive amount of plumage, smoke, and brimstone that comes out of the arse end of the rocket, right? And then we see it wobble its way up into the air, and then off it goes. And sometimes it's a case of, right, there it goes, and now we've got another camera up here that'll follow it in. Oh, and there's another camera that'll follow it up there, right? So they tend to break the kind of the shot up as it goes up. But this one was, one of those where they'd very thoughtfully gone like this. They'd put a camera down here, and they've gone. Maybe they change the camera, but maybe they don't. And they go, and you see Earth receding all the way down beneath you there. Okay, don't pay attention to any of my smoking paraphernalia. That's for PTSD-related issues. And general good health, actually. I highly recommend it. Back to the rocketry. So yeah, okay. So I hope that illustrates what I was saying. That's the best. I mean, in terms of the other cameras, it's fair to say I don't think they've ever done that camera shot where you see the Earth down facing. They've never gone all the way up into space in an unbroken shot. And I've said that many times, and many people have. And then, from the ground-based shots, the ones wow, that's amazing. Isn't that amazing? Oh, watch out, there's another camera, long-range camera. And then, we're going to have to cut over to CGI or whatever. Nowadays it's CGI. I don't know what they were doing in the past, but I don't want to make this too long. I'm trying to get the attention of people who are sitting on the fence who still think NASA might be legit, even though they maybe didn't go to the moon. They're still legit in some people's minds, right? So I want to keep this short and say, all right, so you get my point. We see that all the time. We see all these different angles, but this is the one that I'm interested in now. I'm thinking to myself, let's go back to, here's the rocket, climb up the rocket. Now, instead of just pointing the camera down, why don't you leave it at 90 degrees, horizontal, yeah? Now, when you take off, and you got your little human beans inside, your mung beans. Now, I want to see this as the rocket turns and does its, how the old space shuttle used to do its like roll onto its belly, because obviously the balloon was much lighter than, or much heavier than the other part, or the landing gear part was much heavier than the balloon. Anyway, it would do this roll as it was going up. Now, I mean, it's meant to be going up straight, okay? So using my slightly untidy kitchen as a reference point, generally you would expect the rocket to be going Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see everything kind of go beneath me like that. I mean, I suspect because of the way that we see the rockets go like this, or like this, you know, that might be what we would see. But I think why I'm more fascinated in this view is because it's the same view we get from our weather balloons, isn't it? You go, okay, I can see things sort of going up as you rise. I can see the rocket going up. I can really see the Earth like that. But when you do it simply this way down, you can't. And then they turn you and go, look, there you can see the Earth, or my rotations. You can see everything, you know, but by then it's too late to have seen it rising away from what would be, as our friend Mr. George Picard, who went up higher than anyone had ever been, said that the Earth at 10 miles looked to be flat with upturned edges. So I am just putting that out there for you to think about, that if you've got rocket footage of us going up and with the camera on the strap to the side so you can see perpendicular to the upward trajectory, that would be fantastic. Kind of, you know, let's look at that. If it's not fisheye, okay, don't be bringing no fisheye lie. The fisheye lie doesn't carry much weight in this conversation anymore. So make sure you don't make a silly fool of yourself by bringing fisheye. All right, anyway, that's it. Thanks for stopping by. Have a super day. It's the weekend here, or the sort of stronger end of the week. Be well.